Whenever things get challenging in life or in business, and mostly in business, my sister and I have a meme that we send to each other. It's from the classic movie Legally Blonde. Do you remember that movie? It came out in 2001. It's about Elle Woods. She's a blonde, beautiful sorority girl who decides that she's going to go to Harvard Law School to follow her fiance. And she doesn't seem like someone who should go to Harvard Law School. She's never really taken her academics so seriously. She doesn't look the academic type, but she decides she's going to go. And the thing that stands out over and over and over again throughout the movie is that she is blissfully ignorant of the very idea that this is impossible for her. She just walks around and does all of these amazing things and does not see them as challenging. And so when someone reacts to the fact, hey, you got into Harvard Law, her response is, what? It's hard? This isn't even a hard thing. I haven't even processed that someone should be challenged by this thing. And I love that. Her attitude and her mindset is what carries her to be the most successful person in the show. So when you send someone that meme that, what? It's hard? In a moment where they're about to do something impossible in their mind, what you're basically saying is, this isn't even a big deal for you. You are so competent and I am so confident in your success that we don't even have to assume that this is hard. This is easy. And receiving a meme like that when you're about to take on a challenge is funny and it boosts your confidence. And that's what that kind of community does for you, even if that community is just with your awesome sister. I spend a lot of my time in community with other people who are doing things that seem like they would be hard. Right now, I'm in an organization called EO, or Entrepreneur Organization. This is an organization for successful entrepreneurs where the goal is to share mindset, share ideas, have really close community, to be exposed to new things that are coming out, and to really grow your business and your life in this context. You can't even get into EO if you don't have a 7-figure business. Everyone there has $1 million business, at least. Many people have 8 and 9-figure businesses in EO as well. So I'm like the tiny fish there. But one of the most powerful things about being in EO is looking around and realizing that everyone there is just a normal person. They've built these cool businesses, but it's not because they're incredibly special or different than anyone else in any big way. You can't be intimidated. You're like, I just saw you eat a sandwich and some of it got on your shirt. I love a lot of my friends in EO, but my point is that it's that community around you. And because everyone is doing things that look quote unquote hard, and they don't react when you're doing something that looks quote unquote hard, it just builds your idea and your impression that doing the hard thing is normal. And because it doesn't seem like a big deal to anyone, you don't second guess yourself when you go to do it. You're like, yeah, I'm going to hire on this person. And everyone's like, oh yeah, that's normal. You're like, yeah, I guess that's normal. What? It's hard? And then you just get to do it with the confidence. So the task didn't get any easier, but your perception of your ability and the community's feedback about your ability makes it feel so much more doable. And let's be real, you have all been in a situation like this before. If you have gotten a master's degree, or if you're a psychologist with a PhD, you have already done something that most people perceive as really hard. And I'm not saying that thing is not a hard thing. When you look back and you look at the years of training and the years of studying and building out your dissertation, getting to internship and fellowship and passing the licensing exam, right? You're like, wow, I accomplished all these things. But it was a bunch of little steps that most of the time, because they were one at a time, were not that hard, right? Going to that class, not really that hard. Sitting down in a meeting with your mentor, not really that hard. And even in the moments where it felt hard, you had community around you. You were not doing it in isolation. You were not doing it surrounded by people being like, I don't know, are you really smart enough for this? You were surrounded by other PhD students who normalized that experience for you. Oh yeah, I'm writing my dissertation. Oh yeah, I'm writing mine too, right? Normal. It just normalized the idea that you were going to be in charge of like actual research, right? Everyone was doing it. What? Like it's hard. And also you could look ahead of you and you could see other people who had done it successfully. You could see, oh, there's that professor, there's my mentor, there's that researcher I know, there's that other psychologist. Like I know people who have already done that. And that makes it feel really attainable. It's the community, right? I'm not saying that we're going to like walk through things and be like, this is all easy. But that internal pep talk where you're like, I can do these things because they're normal things and I'm not even going to doubt that I can achieve this. That is the mindset that makes these steps doable. That is what got you to the end of your degree versus the people who quit. And that's what gets people into the room with other entrepreneurs who are succeeding. And that's what got me my podcast. This podcast scared me to make. It felt really intimidating. And now I record an episode and I'm like, what? Like it's hard? Right? Talking to you is not hard. It's the idea of talking to you that was hard. But I also know lots of other people with podcasts. So again, normalizes it. And that's why it's so important to be in community with other people who are doing or have done the hard things and accomplished the things that you want to accomplish. It takes the pressure off. It resets the way that you are looking at yourself and looking at your capability of achieving things. And this is one of the things that I bring to the table a lot when I'm consulting with other psychologists. Sure, like we talk about strategy, and sure, we go over the different questions that you have, the different ideas that we brainstorm. But a lot of what we're doing is really this. It's helping you think like someone who can actually build this and making that feel normal. Because when you sit down and talk to me, you realize that I'm not that special either, right? I'm just a person who does the hard thing and I don't let myself think about the fact that it is hard or not maybe something that everyone is doing. That is a lot of what consulting work is about. And it's the seeing someone else do it, which reminds you that you are completely capable of doing it too. That's what happens for me a lot when I listen to podcasts that other people are on. I'm like, oh, wow, I can't believe at what Danielle Swim is achieving. And then you talk to Danielle and she is lovely and she is a normal person. Being around her and listening to the things that she just thinks of as hard or not hard will change your mindset. That's what this is about. So if you feel like you want to be in a container with someone who has that mindset, reach out to me for consulting. It's really easy. I promise I'm not scary. All you have to do is schedule a 20-minute fit call and we'll talk about what you want to build and whether I'm the right person to help you build it. And we'll decide if working together is the right thing for you. Even if you don't decide to work with me, definitely get yourself in spaces with people who are the Elwoods of the world. Get yourself around the people who would send you that meme and you would both laugh at it. That's who you want to be around to build the business you really want. I hope this was helpful to you. I feel always so excited and empowered when I think about community and when I think about building awesome, amazing things that we are so capable of building when we can get out of our own ways and out of our psychologist minds that tell us that you can't do anything without a PhD in that subject. It was wonderful talking to you this week, and I'm excited to talk to you again next week.